Greetings. I believe and trust in the law of attraction, but it's very important for you to know that the law of attraction is just one out of many other laws. And it's very important for you to know these other laws and master these other laws. Because you see, when the law of attraction was just introduced to the world, many people thought that it was something that was new, and many people were gullible, and many people grab it up without any understanding of how deep the rabbit hole goes. So I would like to encourage you to know more about the law of mentalism, the law of rhythm, the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, the law of cause and effect, the law of polarity, the law of gender, and so on. And so when you learn more about those laws and you govern those laws, then you will understand that the law of attraction is always taking place, because you would realize that you were not in alignment with nature, and that when it comes to nature, they tell you nothing about nature where the law of attraction is concerned. All they tell you is that thoughts become things, and we become what we think about most of the time. And so many people had the idea in their mind that whatever they desire, that they would just attract it just like that. But further investigation will teach you that it is what you are or what you would have become that you will attract. Therefore, you have to definitely start with your self-concept. You have to start with your belief system and change your belief system. And so because many people didn't realize what this whole law of attraction was really all about, many people end up chasing after material things while still holding to their idol by the name of Jesus. That is why you will still see many people who are teaching the law of attraction. You will see that there are many religious and superstitious people following their channels, and they do not mind because they want subscribers and they want views. But people like me who's teaching you that true salvation is self-realization, and who's teaching you that there's more to the law of attraction, and teaching you how you have to discover the kingdom first, the kingdom of your higher self, knowing who you are, you will find that religious people cannot stand this kind of teaching because it is exposing their idol. And so there are many who have their agenda in keeping you in mental slavery, because they know that you are gullible and you have a mentality whereby you feel that you are deprived from many things in this world. And because you believe that you are deprived, you'll be looking to those things for satisfaction and contentment. But when you find contentment and satisfaction within yourself, because you learn first to love yourself, believe in yourself, and embrace yourself because of the knowledge you would have received of yourself, and understanding that your real identity is your divinity, and understanding your true history, then you will realize the law of attraction and all the other teachings in the self-help industry and self-development industry, you can chase it all the way back to African spirituality. And when you can chase it back to African spirituality, then you could tie it in with the rest of nature and understand why I teach you such a thing as the sun parallels the human imagination and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, as in the S-U-N, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. So when you get this kind of teaching, it will help you to understand how much idolatry has been keeping you in poverty and mental slavery. Because you will understand now why they were giving you an SON of 2,000 years ago to believe, instead of teaching you of the SUN that is within you, so that you can tap into your inner solar system. So you are a spirit having a human experience, but the law of attraction is keeping you in the humanistic realm, making you believe that you are a human trying to be spiritual, and that whatever you can just believe that it's just gonna happen like that, even if you still have the whole belief of Jesus and Mary story and still living in idolatry. So my brothers, my sisters, though we have been manifesting consciously and unconsciously, it is always better for you to break all the generational curse and create generational wealth by knowing who you are. So if you should take anything away from what I am saying, I'm saying to you that if someone can give you any amount of material things in this world while keeping you blind from knowing your true history or knowing your true identity, it will always be beneficial to their generation. And their generation will always enslave your generation because you have never been given the key. It's like saying, I am going to give you a fish instead of teaching you how to fish. That is why the people of Africa, many of them remain in slavery and poverty because of something they refer to as charity. So many people who understand how the mind and the psychological have to be in connection with nature, they will go to Africa and say that they are giving charity to the people of Africa. But that is a strategy to keep them in poverty and mental slavery, because it is always better to teach a man how to fish than to always give him a fish, because if you always give him a fish, he will always be dependent upon, all time be dependent upon you for a fish. And that is why in these so-called third world countries and these countries like the country I grew up in, many people still believe in such a thing as the tourism industry, the hospitality industry, and they allow their politicians and their preachers to keep them in mental slavery and depending on others to live instead of depending upon themselves. And all of this have been made possible because the people believe in an entity outside of themselves. So the people have been living in self-hate and self-doubt all the time while hiding their poverty and their ignorance behind a superstitious and religious mentality, behind Christianity and politics. That is why in these parts where I am living here, preachers and politicians are living like lords over the people. And that is why when it comes to the ultimatum in terms of taking the job or losing your job, many of them bow to the system, they bow to the matrix. Because why? That kind of belief would have kept them as the borrower. And the borrower is always a slave to the lender. And the reason for that, it is because they do not want to change their belief system. So my brothers, my sisters, the law of attraction could keep you in a realm whereby you do not ever want to change your religious, superstitious, or your belief system, but yet you want reward. You want reward. You want material rewards. And you're measuring yourself by those things. That is why many religious people will gather in the so-called churches and say they're giving testimony and giving thanks to God for a vehicle, giving thanks to God for a certain job and all of these things, right? Instead of they think of themselves being the inventors of these things. and all of that have to do with what? The belief system. So my brother, my sisters, in other words, what I'm saying to you, you have the right concept of yourself first. Know who you are first. That's the most important thing. Self-concept is the most important thing. So I believe and I trust in the law of attraction. I use the law of attraction all the time. But the first thing that I come to realize is self. And that's why I got my true salvation, my true redemption. And that's why I can tell you that real salvation is self-realization. Because God in man is man's imagination. So I can go on and on and on and on, but the message I really want to get across to you is to learn to love yourself and believe in yourself first, and do not look for overnight gratification, but learn to be contented in whatever situation you are, because you have so much love within you, and you're so grateful that you have come to the knowledge of self. You are so grateful that you come to the knowledge of the Son that is within you, and you come to the knowledge of someone who's teaching you how much you are to be connected with nature, and how much they just teach you the psychological, but they never teach you how to balance your inner ecology to fit with your outer ecology. They never teach you how you must connect your inner solar system to connect with your outer solar system, because the law of attraction is always taking place in the solar system. They might use some scientific terms like the reticular activating system. They might talk about the prefrontal cortex. But these are just big words and certain terminology. But if you realize that you are to be more in touch with nature, then you would realize that there's a science and technology in being closer to nature. So don't try to be like other people. That is why I'm not trying to use those terms when I do not have that kind of DNA inside of me, because I'm not a hybrid. I'm a true thoroughbred. Okay, I'm original. And anything that is original must tie itself back to nature, because nature is original. So, my brother, my sisters, I want to really thank you very much for listening to me, because I can go on and on and on and on and on. Okay? And that is why, some people can't take me speaking about, this whole mixed race thing and hybrid thing. You know what I mean? Because I originally, as I said, okay? But I ain't going to go into that. So I want to come to a close. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, and what I'm saying, it makes sense to you and it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you'd like to do a one-on-one with me, where I would teach you the inner sun science scripturally. Okay, so it would be the Inner Sun Bible Study for Prosperity, to show you how the Bible is not just metaphysical and esoterical and so on and psychological, but how you must tie it with nature also, so that the simplicity of nature will show you that your real identity is your divinity, and that nature is your greatest teacher. And that is why you have to trust your intuition, because that's the inner solar system you're learning to trust, because the entire Bible is actually the Sun book. And then you'll understand why they give you the S-O-N to believe instead of the S-U-N that is within you. So my brother, my sisters, it's all about you getting in touch with your light body, your sun body, and learn to operate the sun that is within you. And you will know why they want to block out the sun. Okay, let me not even go there. Okay, let me say also, if you would like to follow me on Instagram and you would like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you feel strongly led to support this work, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal, and the link is always down below. Also, before you do a one-on-one with me, if you would like to get the foundational teaching of the Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciously, I have a $20 course with a number of videos where I am laying the foundation concerning the Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciously. So if you want to look at those first and get a thorough understanding, and then you want us to go into the practical and put certain things to work in your life and get a better understanding of it in a way even until you could even teach it to others, then you can definitely reach out to me for a one-on-one. Okay? Also, I don't think I have anything else to say, right? So I just want to say peace, love you all, out.